It's not about the house. Hey, it's Brad from ProbateHouseGuy.com. So I'm an investor based out of Metro Atlanta, but I buy houses all over the place, and I specialize in the world of probate and inheritance properties. I've been buying deals for many, many years, and now I've decided to branch off and just specialize in probate and inheritance properties here in the last couple of years. Today, I'm going to talk about working with, if you're a newer investor, it's not about the house. Don't make it about the house. Too many investors just go in and make it about the house. They'll walk in the door, they'll meet with a seller, and they'll pick the house apart, and they just talk about the house. Really, if you want to get really good deals and you want to really just buy more properties, don't make it about the house. Talk to the seller. Spend more time listening to the seller and less time you talking. So listen to the seller. They need to be talking more than you, first of all. Second of all, you need to figure out their situation. You can talk to one of my employees that has worked for me for a number of years, and she'll tell you this and attest to this. I'll say, oh, I saw we got this lead in for whatever, because I get alerts on my phone. We actually got a lead in while I was making the last video I was just recording here. And I'll say, hey, what's going on with that house? And she'll start telling me about the house. I'm like, no, what's the situation? I don't care about the house, right? What's the situation? And she'll tell me about the situation. I'm like, okay, that sounds like a good one. Or, it's probably not a good one, right? So, and again, I don't even know anything about the house. I don't know about the numbers at all, but I really care about the situation. And the reason I say that is because if you want to be a good investor, you need to be able to solve problems. And in order to solve the problem, you need to be able to identify the problem. And in order to identify the problem, you need to be a good listener and listen to what they have to say and ask complimentary probing questions to figure out what the real problem is. And if you can figure out the real problem and you can solve the problem, your chances of getting the deal and making good money on the deal are so much better than someone else who maybe is just being very cursory about the whole process. If you're getting into a deal, stop and listen to the seller. They're gonna tell you things. Maybe this isn't really about mom's house. This is about her brother-in-law that's being a pain in her side and da-da-da-da. Maybe it's about, we had a house a few years ago where the lady, she couldn't let the house go because it was her house she kind of grew up in. And then her brother, she had a brother, her brother passed away like a year ago. So this house was the only thing she had left of her family, she thought. But really, after talking to her, we were like, look, you have the memories and all the things, and those memories never leave you. The house is just a thing, but a lot of people attach to that house, because they need the house to spur the memories. But the reality is the memories are always going to be there. You just have to figure out how to tap into them. That's kind of a psychology thing, right? We were able to identify that and figure out that really the reason she didn't want to sell, she made it about the money, but it really wasn't about the money. Because every time we offered her a little bit more money, she asked for a little bit more money. And it really wasn't about the money at the end of the day. It was about she didn't want to lose the last piece of connection to her family, which really it wasn't, because we've spoken to her since then, and she was so grateful about the whole process, and she was so glad that she finally sort of let go of that house. And then now a family lives in that house, and they're raising their kids in the house, and it's gone on to someone else, right? We've paid it forward. Make sure you're good at identifying the problems and listening to them. And they'll tell you the problem if you listen hard enough and you ask enough questions. They'll tell you the real problem. And it's not always the first problem they pitch to you. Sometimes it's something else. And then once you've identified that problem, if you can become a better problem solver and coming with creative ways to solve the problem, coming out with win-win solutions for everybody, you're going to get better deals, you're going to make more money, and you're going to be more successful at this business if you do those things. So thanks for checking out this video. I'm Brad from ProbateHouseGuy.com. I specialize in probate and inheritance properties. So if you have a probate or inheritance deal you're dealing with and you don't know what the heck you're doing and you want some help with it, you want to partner with me on the deal, you want me to, offer you some advice, whatever, reach out to me at ProbateHouseGuy.com. I'd be happy to talk to you about the deal. Thanks again for checking out this video. Have a great day. Bye-bye.